so-called journalists over at NBC News, they stooped to a new low. They've been caught red-handed yet again, deceptively editing a soundbite to make it appear that the father of a Sandy Hook victim was heckled by gun rights advocates. Here's the backstory. Now, earlier this week in Connecticut, a task force on gun violence prevention and children's safety, they held a meeting. And one of the people who spoke before the committee was Heslin. His son was tragically killed in the Sandy Hook school shooting back in December. And in typical fashion, NBC News aired an edited soundbite of this father. Now, this is what NBC News showed their viewers. Watch this.
Why anybody in this room needs to have one of these assault-style weapons or military weapons or high-capacity clips. And not one person can answer that question or give me any.
No, it shall not be infringed.
All right.
All right.
Please, no comments while Mr. Heslin is speaking, or we'll clear the room.
Now, NBC News, they ran that soundbite several times yesterday on their network and even posted it on their website. Now, anybody watching that clip would have thought that the people in the room were heckling Mr. Heslin. But the full tape, that shows the real story. Now, the complete exchange that NBC News did not want you to see includes the portion when Mr. Heslin was clearly asking people in the room listening to his testimony for feedback. Watch this.
Oh, I wish I asked. If there's anybody in this room that can give me one reason or challenge this question, why anybody in this room needs to have one of these assault-style weapons or military weapons or high-capacity clips. And not one person can answer that question or give me any.
No, it shall not be infringed.
All right.
Please, no comments while Mr. Heslin is speaking, or we'll clear the room. Mr. Heslin, please continue with it.
Anyway, we're all entitled to our own opinion, and I respect their opinions and their thoughts. But I wish they'd respect mine and give it a little bit of thought and realize that it could have been their child that was in that school that day.
Now, my thoughts and prayers go out to him, obviously. Now, what you didn't see in the part that NBC News deceptively edited was Mr. Heslin politely asking for the audience's input. Now, this was not a matter of gun rights supporters rudely interrupting somebody to push their agenda. The only people here pushing an agenda in all of this appears to be the biased news people over at NBC. But sadly, this is not the first time that they have been caught doing this. Now, back in March of last year, right here on this very program, we exposed how NBC News blatantly distorted the 911 call that George Zimmerman made just before he shot Trayvon Martin. Now, to refresh your memory, this is the tape that the network played for its viewers. Watch.
This guy looks like he's up to no good. He looks black.
Did you see what he was wearing?
Yeah, a dark hoodie.
Now, that's not how the call actually happened, because what you didn't hear was that Zimmerman had been explicitly asked by the 911 operator about the person's race. Oh, different context. Watch this.
Sanford Police Department.
Hey, we've had some break-ins in my neighborhood, and there's a real suspicious guy. This guy looks like he's up to no good, or he's on drugs or something. It's raining, and he's just walking around looking about.
Okay, and this guy, is he white, black, or Hispanic?
He looks black.
Oh, so actually the 911 operator is the one that asked the question. Pretty unbelievable. And finally tonight, although it pains me to say this, Jon Stewart, Comedy Central, he was right. Now, on his program last night, he mentioned that we had played some incorrect video on this program last week while talking about the Republican health care rally on Capitol Hill. He was correct. We screwed up. We aired some video of a rally in September, along with the video from the actual event. It was an inadvertent mistake.
Change was in the air. Fox News was there to cover it.
People didn't just come to hear speakers. They then pivoted, fanned out, went into the Capitol, went into the office buildings, were very polite, went from door to door to door, knocked on the doors. We handed out actual pages from the bill.
I'm sorry, can we get back? I apologize, I didn't mean to interrupt. That was weird. Because when that clip started, it was a clear fall day in Washington, D.C. Not a cloud in the sky, the leaves have changed. It's well attended but sparse. All of a sudden, the trees turn green again, and it's cloudy, and it looks like thousands and thousands of more people arrived. If I didn't know any better, I would think they just put 2 different days together and acted like they didn't. Where have I seen that last footage before?
This is just a fraction. There are people meeting all across the country. This is just in Washington, D.C.
Wow, that was actually from Glenn Beck's 9/12 rally 2 months ago, his much bigger 9/12 rally. It seems Sean Hannity used footage of a bigger crowd from a totally different event to make last week's GOP healthcare rally appear more heavily attended.
It was a beautiful sight to see.
Notice, and by the way, in the middle of the day on a Thursday.
Yeah, or Saturday. 2 months ago at a completely different rally.
Justice is not about agenda. It's not about mobilizing people. It's about dialing for corporate dollars. These 2 parties have sold the U.S. government and the American people to the highest bidders.